most of the time.
And your eyes told you that.
And at Oregon, he's got time to throw. He can step back. It's amazing how much better a quarterback looks. It's amazing how much better a running back looks when there's blocking, when there's holes to run through, when there's time to throw the football. I'm pretty convinced that that's the biggest issue right
So I agree with you, Luke, but I think our deficiencies on recruiting offensive linemen and even the ones we get, not getting them to the next level is maybe hard to overcome. And we've been screaming it for almost a decade now.
Yeah.
And Gus Malzahn, of course, he deserves a lot of the credit of our poor play on that position and our poor recruiting on that position. And Brian Harsin hadn't made it much better. I mean, he hasn't gone on the transfer portal and made a lot of a difference there on the offensive front where it's needed. And my gosh, whoever comes in next year, whoever the coach is next year, they got to pull off a miracle.
Well, I mean, and people keep saying, well, I mean, it's different now that you got the transfer portal. That's true, but you can't build a team with the transfer portal.
And an entire offensive line almost has got to be built at Auburn. I mean, how many offensive linemen do we need to get from, say, the portal?
Well, what you got coming back? Tate Johnson, who, was injured this year. You got the younger guys like
Jeremiah Wright.
Jeremiah Wright, he'll be back. You got Avery Jernigan, who's never played. You got who is it? I can't remember his name now, but something big. Colby Smith, is that his name? I think a tackle, never played. You got, I don't know.
So, we're saying 5 or 6 guys you need to go in the portal to get?
the kid from Auburn last year.
Yeah.
Never played.
Yeah. And you got a few like Braden Joyner and some others coming in.
Yeah, a couple. Now you got Clay Whedon coming in. He might have to play as a freshman. So you're going to have a completely inexperienced. I guess Keandre Jones could come back. I don't know if that's a good thing from what I've seen this year.
So anywhere from 5 to 7 that needs to be gotten in the portal.
I would say at least 5, at least 5.
It's wild. Name me another SEC squad that's going to be in that.
Now, Ole Miss was kind of in that position last year. They brought in quite a few, and it's worked out pretty well.
Good point.
But, that's plugging in 3 guys, 2 or 3 guys. We're talking about plugging in 5 guys, 4 or 5. So that's not where you want to be, but that's the reality of the situation. That's what's facing that's what's facing Brian Harsin or the next guy who is in that position. Up against the final break here. Don't go anywhere. One more segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy closing things out to 1 o'clock here. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Wesley says he's hearing Eddie Nunez, who is the deputy athletic director there at LSU, has been there for, I think, about 14 years. Hartwell and Nunez 1A and 1B, says Wesley. So,
Okay.
hey, I mean, coming from LSU, you know.
Again, I don't have enough of a background or a knowledge of who these ADs are and what they've done, where, and so I just am not as passionate about that hire as I am the head coach hire. What I'm more concerned about is, does that hire make a direct correlation to who we hire as a head coach? Can we think out of the box, or are we going to go hire Jeff Grimes? If we go hire Jeff Grimes, you just think what happened on that tarmac when Gene Chizik got off the plane. I'm warning. I'm telling you, Andy, that poor guy gets off the tarmac in Auburn, Alabama, and we go hire our old offensive line coach, an offensive coordinator over at Baylor, and has no track record. And let's be honest, he may end up being as good as Sam Pittman over at Arkansas. We may be taking the same direction that Arkansas is taking. That's where we've gotten to, by the way. But what high school recruit's going to be enthused by that Jeff Grimes hire?
I would imagine if Jeff Grimes showed up at an Alabama high school, people would not even know who he is.
99% would go, who? Okay, yeah, new coach at Auburn. Yeah, where's he from? What did he do? We just had the same conversation at my planting table. I've got Alabama and Auburn fans that work with me. All of them are passionate football fans. 3 of the 5 asked who he was. And the only 2 of us that knew who he was are both Auburn fans, and both would have known that he was an offensive line coach here at one time. It's the only way. There's no way any 50-50 fan that just kind of keeps up with it and wants to watch would have any earthly idea. So my point is, I mean, we've got to clean up our recruiting efforts. And if you think that guy's the answer for that, my friend, we are in trouble.
I mean, okay, so initially that's the case. But what if Jeff Grimes comes in and lives at Alabama high schools?
Maybe he will.
And opens up the checkbook. I mean, could he not recruit with the best of them if –
I mean, you've got – like you are so out there on a limb, though, that you're just – yeah, I mean, this is orange and blue colored glasses harder than – because what's he selling?
Yeah.
What's he selling to the boosters? What's he selling to potential recruits? You know, what kind of name recognition does he have? Does he have any track record of being an outstanding recruiter? Has he ever led a recruiting effort? The answer is no, because he's never been a head coach.
Mm.
So
where's Baylor's offense right now?
I haven't looked at it.
Has he ever had like a number one offense in the country? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't want to ask you to go and put up some numbers like you did when we hired Kevin Steele at defensive coordinator, and maybe he would do as well as Kevin Steele ended up doing.
Again, that's the one place I always go to say.
You backtrack.
I said that was the worst hire we'd ever made. We hired, this guy has been terrible, and he was the best one we've had in years. So I got, of course, now that was as a DC. It's different as a coordinator than it is as a head coach. But oh well. Anyway, well, let's just go to this. It's October the 25th. On this day, 1986. The New York Mets rallied to score 3 runs in the bottom of the bottom of the 10th to win Game 6. Remember it well? I mean, I've go back and reviewed it, but 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th inning. You're up 5-3. The Red Sox. Gary Carter, veteran catcher, gets a base hit. Kevin Mitchell, who's only batting, by the way, because Darryl Strawberry was taken out in double switch. So it would have been Darryl Strawberry. Kevin Mitchell comes up, gets a base hit. Ray Knight comes up, gets a base hit, scores a run from second. Kevin Mitchell at third, Ray Knight at first. Wild pitch, Kevin Mitchell scores. Ray Knight to second. Mookie Wilson comes up, 2 outs. Still, Ray Knight had 2 strikes. Mookie Wilson comes up, dribbler to first base.
Swings right over the top of it.
Poor Billy Buckner. Goes to field it right between his legs. I can still see Ray Knight scoring from third and jumping up.
His hands up in the air.
Hands up in the air. And Red Sox had a chance to win Game 7 in Shea Stadium in blue, and couldn't win that either. But golly, I mean, it just 2 outs, up 2 runs in the bottom of the 10th. I read there was like an umpire. The third base umpire, he like collected memorabilia and stuff. He literally asked Wade Boggs if he could have his hat before Gary Carter came up to bat, and he said because I like to collect stuff like that, hats from guys. And Wade Boggs said it ain't over yet. Little did he know.
Remember it very well. Remember the dribbler. Buckner was, he was a Gold Glove first baseman.
Yeah.
He was as good a fielder, as good a fielding a first baseman of that generation. And for him to make that kind of play, just about anybody could. And Andy, it's the beauty of sports. I was saying, when Texas A&M was playing Alabama and Texas A&M had the drive and they had the chance to throw it, and then I don't even know what play call that was, but it was a ridiculous call. But what's better than sports? I mean, you can't create the drama that these sports bring up, and single plays like that change the outlook of players and their entire careers, and I don't think that there's any in our lifetime that changed the outlook of a career of a player more than that missed or that botched first base play by Bill Buckner.
That's true. And finally they made peace, but, it was way too late. Yeah. But anyway, happy birthday day. Speaking of big time, Bobby Thompson, the shot heard around the world, 1951, Giants win the pennant. Marion Ross, happy days, Mrs. Cunningham. How about it's something about Bobby Collins. He was the head coach of SMU when they got the death penalty.
Do remember that, and he wasn't a very good one either.
No, he wasn't.
They had a good coach before them, but old Bobby Collins, he was a Southern Miss guy.
Yeah, he was.
They got over, and it didn't work.
It did not work.
Pony Express,
they
underrated.
They had already gone
30 for 30.
Yeah, and Bobby Knight, born on this day.
You love Bobby Knight.
he was a really great coach. Not a very nice person.
I think you'd have liked to play for him.
No, not really. Dan Issel, Dave Cowens, John Matusak, Mike Urizioni from the 1980 hockey team.
I think he scored the winner.
He did. Pedro Martinez, Katy Perry, and Sia. Born on this day, 1985. It's going to wrap it up for us. He's Randy. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.